Thanks.
Bye.
And fade.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Oh no, it's been fun.
It's good.
Like we get a chance to talk to more nerds at conventions and stuff, but we don't get a chance to like hang out with more nerds a lot of times. So.
And you
came
get
to
to
the right
beyond the 5. You got to go east of the 5.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I'm sure is an adventure for you guys.
Hey dude, I just came back from Anaheim
Me too,
yesterday.
yeah.
You know?
What are you doing
We're,
in
we're
Anaheim?
both on the verge of collapse because I graduated on Wednesday,
Right,
Oh.
right.
and then yesterday was my brother's wedding,
Right.
Wow.
and then like this morning I just got sick. So like I'm probably gonna be asleep till like Thursday.
And then for me, my daughter's birthday is Thursday. Okay, so this was her birthday weekend. So I went to work Friday night. I took her to Disneyland Saturday morning.
Oh, I'm sure she loved that.
Yeah, she loved it. I didn't.
Yeah. That's why I didn't say you.
Yeah, I got off work. I've been walking around Cedar Sinai. Okay, and it was horrible because it's a holiday weekend, so people are stupid over the holidays. So they're coming in, and I'm doing chest compressions, and I'm putting people on ventilators, and I'm running them all over the freaking hospital on all that concrete and all that marble, and then I get off my feet for about 10 seconds in my car, and then have to go do it again for 12 more hours at Disneyland.
Oh.
Without sleep, without rest, and then
Here's to being a good papa, though.
Yeah.
Here's to being a good papa.
oh man,
For the future, the Tiki Room is a great place to take a nap. If that's the case, right out, you could catch a couple of winks.
oh really? I'll
FYI for next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to keep that in mind.
Father to father.
Yeah, that's what my parents did with me.
Yeah, like I took my kids and we rode pretty much every ride that my daughter could think of, and that was one of the big issues because like last year she didn't mind going to like Playland and playing in Playland for an hour. So last year when this happened, I sat on a bench pretending to be awake and passed out for an hour.
Right.
Yeah, nah. This time she wanted to ride all the rides.
How old is she now?
8.
Oh.
Yeah, so she wanted to ride all the rides, and we're standing in all these lines, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I did get to go to this place called Slater's 50/50, and it's a burger joint where their main patty is a burger that's made up of half ground beef, half bacon.
Huh.
Oh.
So,
They ground them together.
who's going to compress your chest?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
When you have that heart attack.
Hey, I'm gonna end up having to do like 2-a-days for the next week to try to work that off. Not like it looks like a workout, but I really do.
You're built like a football player. That's you are inherently.
That's farm boy build right there, man. Carrying around sacks of feed and hay and stuff, dude. That's what that is.
Yeah, you caught us both right before passing out completely.
I appreciate you guys coming out and doing this.
I have to go to another party.
Oh,
Now?
Yeah. As soon
really?
as I drop him off, they're having a pool party.
It's a rough life.
That's for you.
I love my
I'm asleep.
kids.
I'm gonna
I
salute.
love my kids. And when I get old, they're getting all of it. Like, oh, you got a job now. Well, see, Daddy needs to go do.
Yeah, you need to take me.
Remember all those times I took you to Disneyland?
After
Papa
work.
needs to go down to Disneyland to just hang out at that 55, whatever it's called.
Like, can I get a nap first? No. Change clothes. Let's go. But
Very nice.
yeah, but no, this has been good. Oh man,
It's been a crazy week. That's why we didn't get the article. I sent you an email.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't even have time to reply. I got. Did I get it last night or this morning? I saw it this morning. No, I saw it last night. And then, because I came home, we went to a show yesterday. I came home. I think I wrote some articles or wrote something, and then saw the email, and I was like, ah, shit. So then I was like, okay, I'll post something. So I don't even remember what I posted this morning. Oh, I think I posted a review that I did of Incognito.
You posted my column
second
this
book.
morning.
Oh, that's what it was.
How was
That's
the
what it
second one?
The second one is not as good as the first
I like
Incognito.
the first one a
The
lot.
first
The first
one's
one's
excellent.
good, yeah.
But the second one's not quite as good. It leaves with more of a cliffhanger than the first one does. So you know that they're
Yeah.
gonna do a third. So it's that kind of.
Yeah, I think
Of
next
course,
week.
they're going to.
We're gonna post yours, right?
Yeah.
Solar power.
Yeah.
You doing yours on next week?
Yeah, I already said I'm gonna review the whole Green Lantern season because I think it's coming to an it's either coming to an end next week or
I think it's over now.
I think it came to the end today.
The animated
So,
series?
yeah, the animated series.
Yeah.
I think it came to
What
the
do you
end
think
today.
of
So
that?
I
show.
like that show.
it's actually a good show,
like it.
and I had
show.
no hope for that show whatsoever after I saw the
Yeah.
Green Lantern movie.
Oh,
After I saw that movie, I was
See,
just
that's
like,
part of the problem, though. You got to keep that shit separated.
that movie was
But it was,
terrible.
they
Yeah.
had Deadpool with a magic ring. Like it was really weird.
That movie
Yeah,
was
it was-
terrible.
Wait a minute. Deadpool?
The guy who played
Reynolds played
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
And that Wolverine.
Oh,
So
I see
they
what
took
you're
they
saying.
took
Yeah,
Deadpool and gave him a magic ring and said, "Go save the universe."
Oh, it was just
Yeah.
bad. It was bad.
it
bad.
was yeah.
It was awful.
It had promise. I mean, besides Ryan
It has
Reynolds
some
being
good
Green
CGI,
Lantern, it was
but-
just like, well, that's cool that they're doing the cosmic aspect. But, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, the animated series is pretty good though. I
yeah,
think.
it is. I mean, first off, they didn't spend 45 minutes introducing the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, you got 2 hours to do this movie. Don't spend 45 minutes introducing the fact that he might have powers at some point.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
people know who Green Lantern is.
Maybe not
Right.
so much, but I mean,
Start
even
with the
still,
ring and
yeah.
explaining in flashbacks.
It could have been handled in much more smooth. And it really sucks because it was pretty. Like it was.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you
it had
know,
great CGI.
It was like, oh look,
What,
green, glow in the dark.
the Green Lantern movie?
Yeah.
I didn't even like the effects work. I didn't like any of the production
Yeah, but you're
design.
behind the scenes.
Well, you know what I didn't like?
Well,
I hated the costume.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
I appreciated that they wanted to do a CGI costume. Like, it felt like there was actual reason behind it, like the ring makes it,
Right,
so
right,
it should
yeah,
look like
CGI,
clothes. I
right.
get that, but it didn't even look like the costume was painted on him. It looked like they had, like, pulled off his skin, you know, because there's
Yeah.
illustrations. Like, it looked
Yeah.
like a cadaver.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought like it just didn't feel like they made any really strong choices in it. Like, it kind of looked like this, but it was
Right.
kind of rock, but it was kind of futuristic, and I don't know. You know, Hector
And what was
Hammond.
the threat? I'm still thinking the threat was that
It was
amorphous.
parallax. Yeah, which
parallax
everyone said kind of looked like diarrhea, and it kind of did.
It kinda did.
You
That
know,
kind of looked like Galactus from the Fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's-
it's
oh.
like just commit to it. If you're gonna do Galactus, do the guy with the
Galactus.
purple helmet. He
Yeah.
looks cool if you do it
Yeah,
right. Like
right.
there was that one Marvel video game where they had it was like what was it, Marvel Alliance or Ultimate Alliance? It was a PlayStation game, and they had like this little scene where Galactus was in it, and he looked badass.
Right,
They had him
yeah.
all lit up
Galactus
right.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
he looked really
Yeah.
cool.
People like it. Like he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he's just there. He just smacks you in the face. You know.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there's so many bad comic book movies because you get people who don't really take comic books seriously, and then you say, "Hey, go take this thing that everybody loves."
Well, the
Like-
words I hate to hear when they want to make a comic book movie is the guy that says, "Well, I never read this
Yeah.
before,
Why are
but."
you working on this?
Here's the thing with that comment, though.
Sometimes
It
it
worked
works,
with the Joker.
and it worked with X-Men.
It worked with what's his name?
With Brian-
the
with
Joker.
Brian Singer saying?
With Heath Ledger.
Well, that's what with Heath Ledger. With Heath Ledger, the Heath Ledger brought something interesting to the Joker character in Batman.
But Heath Ledger wasn't the
Revenge or whatever it's
creator of the
called.
series. If Chris Nolan would have said, "I've never seen Batman
But
before,"
what's his name?
Brian Singer.
Said nothing. He basically said he had read nothing. He knew nothing about the X-Men. He only knew kind of what the material that was presented to him, and it worked for the first two.
Yeah,
movies.
because I think the problem with the comic book movies is that you can get really too inside baseball.
Well,
if you're
yeah,
trying to
well,
service
that's
the
how bad-
fans, nobody else is going to
Look
watch
how bad
it.
Watchmen was.
Yeah,
Because of
exactly,
that.
exactly.
Because of that. It was too much.
It was too close to
It
the
was too much
source
of the
material.
story.
The best tribute they could have done to the graphic novel would have been to do something original.
Yeah.
the best tribute they could have done. I'm still trying to talk to the camera. The
Oh,
best tribute they
it is
could have
recording.
done.
It's still recording.
The best tribute they could have done to Watchmen is to not do the movie.
Yeah, wow.
Is to not do a movie, to leave a material, something that's already
You
been
know
done
they're doing an animated
well.
Dark Knight Returns.
And they're Satan worshippers.
Yeah.
They
Our-
should have just left
Our
it go.
artist uncle is actually heading that project up.
Project up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope it's good.
Yeah.
They got Peter Weller to do the voice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
that
Peter
is
Weller.
cool.
Yeah.
And
Are you going to
Chris-
read before Watchmen the comics? You pre-ordered all of them.
Oh.
right?
I'm gonna piss on those. They're gonna fire.
They're not cheap. I mean, you may want
Exactly. That's
$3.99
exactly
on
why.
Was it a Bee Gees album that some people that a radio station bought like every copy of to burn them?
Yeah.
So they just basically made the Bee Gees rich because they hated them.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Like, okay, yeah, buy it.
I didn't say I was going to buy them. I said,
I will take them
break
right
into our
now.
store.
Walk into some
Get the
random comic
legacy.
book store and be like,
I'm gonna break into Legacy Comics and Cards at the corner of Wilson and Orange, in Glendale, my favorite comic book store,
Oh.
and then I'm going to urinate on just those specific ones.
Wow, yeah,
They
yeah.
probably
that's-
ordered heavily enough that if you did that,
Yeah.
they'd still be able to sell a
Yeah,
couple.
they don't care.
That's all right.
I'm sure they would.
And they'll still make their money.
Oh,
They'll
they're
sell
gonna make the
one
money.
variant. If they
Yeah,
sell one
one
variant,
variant.
Pays for the entire order
Foil covered.
with extra pinky glossy. Wait a minute, and I got a question. Okay, I've been meaning to ask someone. What weren't there different titles when they first announced it than there are now?
for.
I don't
For
know.
before Watchmen?
I have no idea. I just saw the list.
Nah,
of
all I ever saw was Before Watchmen.
Right, but there's like 4 titles.
There's like,
There's-
there's like
there's
6 or
a-
7. I
So you
thought.
guys you're not gonna pick up Before Watchmen?
Oh heck no.
No, but you like Watchmen.
I like Watchmen. I love Watchmen. I thought Watchmen was good.
That's
think
why
Watchmen was
I ever
good.
heard of it was when I saw the movie, and
Oh, okay.
I got tired of seeing him blue penis. I'm like, no.
Well, you may not like
me.
the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's been sitting in my room for the
graphic
last 6 years. My friend told me to read it.
It's
and,
pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really good.
It's-
I mean, don't
amazing.
Yeah.
base your opinion off the movie. Read this thing. 'cause
Or the
it's-
blue penis. Because really, honestly, there's a lot more to it than that.
You may think
And that-
differently about the blue penis.
Manhattan seems kind of broken though with his powers. He can just pretty much do whatever.
That's the
Cool
point.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's the point.
It's the point.
Yeah.
But that they build that into the character more in the book than they do in the movie. And
When you can do everything, you don't know what to do.
Right,
And
well,
like
you-
he's like
and you
it's
can
a
exist
decision.
all the time.
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
become unimportant to you.
Right.
Like if you can do everything, like why would it matter that there's a fly on my leg? It's like so what? Who cares? I can do anything. I can take away that fly bite when it's done.
Alright.
So they don't. So they make that important in the movie and, or
In
I'm
the
sorry, in the
book.
book, and they don't make that important in the movie, and it's a phenomenal failure.
Yeah, because all my friends who are hardcore Watchmen fans were just mad for like 3 weeks. I just got that movie came out.
I'm personally let down that they're still not mad.
Look, I mean, the guys who made the movie, like it was a visual recreation, but it's like they didn't read the Cliff's notes on it.
Right.
They didn't understand the
Right.
thinking
They don't,
behind it.
yeah, they didn't
Unless you
understand
really-
it at all.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
It seemed like it'd be easy to make a comic book movie. Just open the comic book and then do that and then movie.
Well, see,
But
that's
then
I
they
think
just
you have
sell
to
it
do
to
it
us,
differently.
You
but
have
not
to do it
everybody
different.
else.
That's not true.
You
Actually.
have to
Yeah.
really like look under the hood and think. I mean, this is just my theory on it, but you know, really examine what. If you just film the comic book, that's what they did with Watchmen, and it didn't please the Watchmen fans, and it didn't please the people who just go to the movies and don't know anything about Watchmen. I don't think it did because it was
No,
a flop.
yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I mean, again, just my theory, but I think like you really just need to sort of. You read the comics, you absorb it all, you let it all crystallize in your head, and then you make like the best movie you can. But you have to understand who are the characters, what are the superpowers, what are the rules. Da 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 da. Again, I think the X-Men movies did that well. I think the recent Marvel movies did that really, really. Like
The Marvel
Thor?
movies, yeah, the Thor, yeah. The Marvel movies do well. What, the first
come
Hulk?
on.
Come on, you didn't
It's
like
good.
Thor? I
The
like
first
Thor.
Hulk was terrible. The second one was okay.
Captain America,
Garbage.
Thor.
Captain
I didn't see Captain America.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I didn't see Captain America.
I wanted more from Captain America because so many people that I knew respected it and liked it, and I felt really bored by it.
It was good
I
enough.
was bored. Thor was good up until the completely unnecessary love story. Why would you? Okay, here I'm gonna get real graphic here for a second. Thor would break that chick. Like, Thor would break her.
Let me
Thor
go,
would
I
be
will
going
break
after
you.
Sif because Sif could keep up with him. Okay,
Yeah.
Point being, that's just how it is. Little Earth girl not gonna hang
And
with
Speaking
big
of Thor,
Thor.
when did the Donald Blake character disappear in the Thor mythos?
Hey, they mentioned him.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you know, I don't know. Someone said that like Donald Blake wouldn't translate well to the movie or something.
Well, I mean, not even that. Is he even? Does he even exist in the comic mythos at all anymore?
No, he doesn't exist anymore. But,
Yeah, I don't
but
think
like
he
every now
No,
and
he
then
came back.
they'll
He
bring
came
him
back
up.
with
Yeah, with Straczynski. That's right.
And that's one of the things that was good about it.
Yeah, because one of my favorite Avengers storyline was when they introduced the guy character Michael. Do you remember the guy Michael? He was like
Korvac.
Like a Corvette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, is omnipotent, and then you know, like he kills all the Avengers, and the only people that are left is Thor as Donald Blake and Moon Dragon. Just like I remember just getting like, this is awesome. You know,
Moon Dragon.
Hey,
What the hell, man? Was that like Steve Englehart or
yeah,
somebody
I think
weird
so,
came up with
yeah,
her?
that was one of those weird.
She's bald.
She's
and
bald.
She's got psychic powers.
See, here's the
yeah.
thing, though. Especially when she was
She's
with
gonna love her.
the Avengers and eventually with the Defenders, I loved that character.
Moon Dragon.
Yeah, no, I
loved
did too.
that character.
I don't get me wrong, I love her, but I just wonder where she came from.
I know where she came from. He had a fetish. He had a bald white girl fetish.
The Star Trek movie?
Exactly. Exactly. It was big at the time for chicks to be bald.
The bald.
Oh, that's crazy.
She's
What?
bald.
No, the Defenders to me is the perfect super team. They're
Yeah.
just the biggest group of weirdos.
Yeah.
They hate each other.
They
They're
were fucking
constantly
awesome.
fighting.
They were great.
They
They
were
have this
great.
really neat array of powers. They look weird together. It's just a good
Yeah, they
group.
eventually.
Was
grow
Hulk
to
ever
love
on that
each other.
team?
Huh?
Was Hulk ever on that team?
Yes.
on the Hulk, yeah.
He was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the original Defenders.
Yeah,
It
of
was
course.
Hulk, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Submariner.
Anything Hulk does is
So
good.
wasn't Silver
Right?
Surfer on that at some point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Silver
say Silver
Surfer.
Surfer. Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
Actually, there were only
Strange
three
too,
at
right?
first. It was I don't know which was. There were only three at first. It was I think. It was three out of those four, and
Yeah.
then they appeared like in a Hulk annual. And
Yeah.
they called themselves the
Yeah.
Defenders, and then they did Defenders #1, and they added the fourth person.
Right.
It may have been the Submariner they added,
Yeah,
maybe.
or the Silver Surfer. One of those two they added, and then they just started adding all those other weird
Yeah,
people
like
like
Nighthawk. Nighthawk, what a weird
and
character.
Hellcat.
And Hellcat.
And Nighthawk was like the anti-Batman.
Yeah.
He was he was Bruce Wayne, but he was happy.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And Hellcat
And Valkyrie.
the Gargoyle.
The Gargoyle was part
Yeah.
of those, yeah.
Yeah, I read an
Red
article-
She-Hulk.
Yeah, I read an article somewhere that said that there wouldn't be a Batman if he had had therapy.
Well, that's true. I believe that.
But Batman, as a kid.
Yeah, like if
It's
he
like
was,
they
he
put
was
like if
starting
Alfred
to
would
raise
have
you
Batman in
afford it.
therapy.
Yeah.
yeah, if Alfred had taken Batman to therapy at 8 years old, then there
Right,
would have been a
there'd be no
Batman.
Batman.
So we're
So
all
Batman
sitting
is
around
Alfred's
saying
fault.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say it's all Alfred's
That's all
fault
Alfred's
that Batman
You have this
exists.
guy prowling at night.
But more importantly, it's a good thing that Alfred failed as a father.
That's true.
Because the Joker at least got put in jail a couple times.
Right.
Yeah.
Not killed though, just put in jail.
Yeah.
Put in jail.
just
It
kill
doesn't
him.
matter how much they kill. They could reform him and he could be a good person.
Right. Got put him in jail.
What?
Got put him-
Like, I understand Batman that wouldn't kill him, but how are you gonna put him in jail and the jail take care of him? Like, wouldn't the jail just be like, look,
Wouldn't he get murdered like in the first?
You think
like
so?
The first
or
week?
put some gas?
Right.
No.
You know?
He's
Look at
such
this
a
guy. Like,
He is
kill
such a
him.
diabolical mastermind. He is such a diabolical mastermind that people fall for his wit.
Machinations all
I
the time.
think he would
Why
get
would you,
shivved
though?
pretty hard
I-
within the first week.
That's like crazy.
Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now?
Yeah, laugh at
While
this.
they're raping him in the shower.
Whoa! It suddenly got Oz all of a sudden.
Smiling. He's got, right?
You got a pretty mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
Joker should beat the Punisher one day. Just